Growers across the U.S. now have more ways to bring the ARA ultra-high precision sprayer to their fields. Robotics, together with their trusted financing partners, are offering flexible purchase and lease programs designed to fit the needs of every operation. These programs provide competitive rates, deferred payments, and flexible end-of-term options, making advanced plant-by-plant technology more accessible than ever. With ARA, growers can cut inputs, reduce labor, and increase profitability. And with tailored financing options, they can do it without straining cash flow. Programs are available for a limited time through December 15th. For more information, visit NorthAmericanAg.com/eco-robotics. That's NorthAmericanAg.com/eco-robotics. Spend less on labor and inputs by spraying only what you need, exactly where it's needed. On approved credit, terms and restrictions apply. Hi, and welcome to North American Ag Spotlight. I'm Chrissy Wozniak. Today, I'm joined once again by a returning guest from Toulouse, France. Since 2016, she's been co-director of FIRA, the international organization leading the charge in autonomous farming and agricultural robotics. FIRA USA is returning October 21st to 23rd, 2025 in Woodland, California, bringing together growers, innovators, manufacturers, and investors for 3 action-packed days of demos, collaboration, and networking. This year also marks the exciting launch of the Women in Ag Robotics Award, recognizing trailblazing women shaping the future of automation in agriculture. And as always, I am so excited for this event. Please welcome back to the show, Gwendoline Legrand. Welcome, Gwen, and it's so good to see you.
Thank you, Chrissy, for the invitation. It's nice to have you back.
So how are the preparations coming for FIRA USA 2025?
Yeah, we're super exciting to return to the same venue this year in Woodland at the Yolo County Fairgrounds. That's a very nice venue because you really can experience a full FIRA show with the demos in the fields. And this year, I really want to thank all the partners and especially UC Davis and Western Growers for the amazing job they are doing in setting up the demo zone. This is the core of the event because we want to see the machine, really working, making the job, and having, the vegetable fields, the orchards, and also some vineyards to experience and really have a look at what the machine can do, what is concretely, on the shelf now for the growers. And we have also brand new crops that we are growing this year. And that's very, very interesting. We have some tomatoes, and we'll have demos on tomatoes this year. And also a special one, cotton flowers that will be here. Yeah, that will be in the field.
Exciting.
So, that's exciting, yeah, because that's the thing about FIRA. We want to have the closest real conditions of the demos.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Very exciting. And the show's returning to Woodland. I know it has moved around from the beginning. And I remember the very first show in Fresno, and then we went to Salinas, and then Woodland last year. So why did you choose to come back to Woodland, and what makes that location such a strong fit?
Yes, sure. So we wanted to be back to Woodland because actually we wanted to get really close from the capital, Sacramento, for many reasons. It's central, but also because we have, legislators that are around, main medias that are around, and that are people that we really want to involve during the show. That's not the only one reason, and I think everybody agrees that Woodland is a very also central, and Sacramento is a central area in terms of diversity of crops that we can find. And we're super happy to bring, all the industry in a very nice venue too, the Yolo County Fairgrounds. And that's also very interesting to see that since the beginning when we were in Fresno and then in Salinas and now in Woodland, the growers are following the journey. And growers from Fresno, growers from Salinas, or in Woodland too. So that's I think a really nice and good input for the industry to see that wherever FIRA stands and wherever the autonomous solutions are showcasing, growers are interesting and they're coming.
Yeah, those are some great points, and not only growers from California, but I'm even hearing growers here in Florida are also planning on making the trip, and from Georgia and North Carolina as well. So I think that I just have to say congratulations to all of you because you really created in such a short period of time this world-class event that is attracting growers from across North America. And I think that's just incredible the work you guys have done in 5 years. So good job.
Thank you very much, Chrissy. Yeah, but that's when you have the involvement of many different persons that are really complementary. And again, I'm really thankful to our co-organizers, the UC A&R and Western Growers, with who we are really building the momentum and we are building this event all together, plus all the amazing partners we have locally, the city of Woodland, for example, for this year and last year, and so many other, people that are making this happen. So I think that's everything about this ag robotics industry. Collaboration is key.
Right, exactly. So last year's event showcased over 45 autonomous machines, robots, AI-powered equipment. So what can attendees expect to see this year?
Yeah, exactly. So that's about the same amounts, but we are having new releases, new announcements that we're really happy to welcome, during the event. So first of all, I want to really highlight the involvement of the OEMs, tractor manufacturers that this year again are contributing. New Holland, first place, gold sponsor that is renewing the partnership, showcasing really interesting autonomous solutions. And this year, the new involvement of John Deere that will be there with 4 different brands talking about Gus that they just 100% acquired, Smart Apply, the CN Spray that will be again in demo this year from John Deere. And I'm really happy to reveal this now. There will be a private demo from the John Deere autonomous orchard tractor that has been released in CES in Las Vegas last January. And that was the first demo in an ag event at FIRA USA next October. So we are pretty proud about that.
Yeah.
And then there are so many new robots and new autonomous machines and solutions that people can see that I'm not going to tell all the names, but I'm pretty sure that on the website you will find them. What's reality is that people will find solution for the whole life or their, of the itinerary in the field, so they can find solutions for planting, they can find solutions for weeding, for harvesting, for data collection, and at the end, the idea is to make sure that they find the right solution to tackle the challenges all the growers have, talking about the labor shortage, of course, and the labor costs. That's
right.
Key also in what we have to find solutions. So the idea is really to bring solutions for their yield management and to really improve the productivity of the farms.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. I couldn't agree with you more. And you touched on the infield demos. And so last year they were out kind of in the parking lot areas. This year they're coming in to the green area into the center, from my understanding. I hope we don't lose the food trucks though, because those food trucks were great.
And it's even better, you will have them in front of the demos.
Oh, amazing. Perfect. So how important are these infield demos to helping growers understand what this technology's potential is?
Well, the thing is, and especially with agtech and with innovation, well, in general, but in agriculture even more, I think that, for example, tractors, you don't need to make sure that they are working and they are running. You drive them, so it's working. For robots especially and autonomous solutions also, it's really important to see them in action to make sure that it's not fantasy, it's not science fiction, it really exists in the fields, it works, and the job is done at the end. And that's really, you want to see that the crop that have been weeded are not damaged, because that's a fear sometimes also. When we are talking about automation, you're like, okay, I'm leaving a machine autonomously without, and sometimes without supervision, it depends where and if the regulation is okay, but I'm leaving it alone. So is it working well? And how about my fields and my crops? So to see that in action, it's really kind of reassuring people that first it works and then it works well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think this is one of the most exciting shows, in my opinion, because you have all of the new technology in one place and not just in a hall where they're standing still like statues. You're actually seeing them in real life and what they do. So
And
I
yeah,
think that's just awesome. So what do you think, in your opinion, makes FIRA USA different from other ag shows in the US? I go to a lot of ag shows and I know FIRA is different. So in your opinion, from outside of the US, what do you think?
wow. Okay, you will tell me your opinion after that. But I think there are three major things. First, and we mentioned that the demos in real conditions make a difference, I think. There was also a second thing I would say is that we give the voice to the growers. We want to hear the growers' feedbacks first. So we want to hear their needs and we want to hear what they think as users, what are their feedback, and we want peer-to-peer talks before even the manufacturers to tell how their machine are working, because we really think that's core to have these meetings and even this matchmaking, I would say, between the need and the solution. And it really happens at FIRA. And I would say also that the third thing is that at FIRA, it's like around 2,500 people that are attending within 3 days. Okay. So it makes it quite easy to meet all the people you want to meet during 3 days, sorry. And so it means that you are going at FIRA, you will have business cards in your pockets back home with qualified person you met and qualified network that you're building at FIRA, and to make sure that when you go back at the office, you have the right potential partner with you. I think that's really unique. And I think the atmosphere is quite, at the same time, professional, but friendly. And I think that's really nice and that's good atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah, I agree for sure. And I think one important thing too that I've seen in watching FIRA evolve over the last 5 years would be just what you said. The organization asks the attendees what they want and then delivers. So, and I think there's very few shows that actually ask for feedback. And I think a lot of the shows have been around for 100 years, 50 to 100 years. So they don't need to ask the opinions. But I think you've really involved the industry in the development and evolution of FIRA. And I think that's really cool. To be able to know that your opinions and that you're welcoming the opinions of growers, manufacturers, investors, OEMs, and I think that's unique and cool. And I think that's what sets you guys apart.
All right. But I think, Chrissy, that comes from the fact that we are not event organizers. We are, first of all, an association that has the mission to help, promoting and developing the agrobotics industry. And when you have, this mission, you have to listen to the from the stakeholders and to make sure that, exactly what you're delivering, the event or whatever service you're delivering, really meet the expectations of the targets, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. So it's also an interesting place where you have beginning startups, and then you have John Deere, New Holland. So those are two very different market segments. So how do they fit into the FIRA ecosystem? How do you make relevant a startup and John Deere, New Holland?
Wow. There are different levels of answer, I would say, to your question. First of all, as you mentioned, they have different level of development, obviously. And so the startup that is just beginning needs to find investors, and they find investors at FIRA because the investors know that, FIRA is kind of mini CES for the agrobotics industry. So they have to be there if they want to find the latest nuggets, I would say. Then there are like the marketed startups, like the marketed products from startups that are mature. And those ones find deals because growers are coming at FIRA to find solutions and to buy solutions. So that's great. And OEMs, John Deere, New Holland, Kubota, some others that are coming, they are coming because also they have autonomous solutions. Obviously, they have autonomous tractors that are releasing, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the right place for them to propose the solutions also. But that's also interesting because OEMs, and I'm not revealing any secret, everybody knows about that, they are partnering with startups more and more.
Yes.
Either they are just partnering commercially, let's say, or they're acquiring, or they are, having like dealer network that are providing to the startups. So they are more and more involved with each other. So that's also a nice place. And I have success stories I'm not going to tell today, but there are success stories that happened at FIRA where OEMs and startups met and they contracted together at the end. So that's
That's
the whole life, of the industry that is also happening at FIRA.
Yeah, that's really cool. So let's shift gears a little bit. I'm really excited. I am on the jury for the brand new
Yes.
first year of Women in Agrobotics Award. So tell me about that exciting new development, and give us kind of an overview of what you're thinking with this award.
Yes, sure. So, of course, in this industry, like in many industries, men and top level management or men. And so we wanted really to highlight women that are really like having a big position or that are doing great things within the agrobotics industry. And they can be engineer, farmer, researcher, they can be whoever position, they can apply and they can be nominated to this new award. The idea is really to highlight the women in this industry because we need it. And we know that there are so many women that are doing great things that we really want to have them on stage for this award also. I know that the application and people, well, women can apply from now until, and I'm looking for the date of the end. Maybe you know this, Chrissy. It's October the 5th.
October 5th. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The call for nominations closes. So, well, welcome all women from California, from wherever in the United States and abroad to apply. And in any case, we will have, some highlights on all the nominations.
Oh yeah, that is really cool. And one thing I really like is during the application process, they also have to record a video of themselves. And I just think that's a really neat way to have that person engaged. And so I will include the link to the application in the show notes. So you can go there. You can also go to FIRA.com as well, right?
Yes, exactly.
How do you hope that this award will inspire future generations of women in ag tech?
Well, I hope it will inspire more women. And I I hope also that it will inspire men, actually, even more than women, because I think that's a very important point. We are in a world, that is really like empowered by men. So it's in the history, and we cannot avoid that. But now we have to make sure that every single man in the world trusts every single woman in the world, because that's a very important point, I think. There are, of course, jobs that women are less, involved in, and that's just a question of interest. That's not a big deal. But when it comes to have, top level management, to have a farmer, to have people that are taking part, even let's say in marketing for an robotics, manufacturer company. I mean, can be women that does that, and we want to highlight them. When we are building, for example, the program of the conferences, panel discussions at FIRA, it's very hard to find women that can talk, just because they are not in high-level management. And I think that's still a pity. So now we really want to have more women on stage, and that's a big goal that we are having today.
Yeah, that is amazing. I'm glad to see this edition this year for sure. So, anything else you want to leave people with before the show? I guess you need to pre-register. It's free for growers, right? So
It's free
anything
for
else you want to add?
growers. Yeah, exactly. It's free for growers. Of course, it's free for journalists. And then there are different ways, depending if you come only 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. There are many things happening during all 3 days. So you can grab what you want from the websites. And I think that's also interesting to know that there is this app that you can use during the show, where you can connect with every single person that already registered. So you can really have your dedicated network at FIRA, and plan all your agenda on that also. So yeah, please register. It's time. It's in a few weeks now. So we're really exciting to have you aboard. And also, you can come from wherever. We have over 40 states in the United States that are present at FIRA, over 50 countries in the world. So it's definitely an international event.
Amazing. Very good. Well, thank you so much, Gwen, for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you, Chrissy, for your invitation.
And thanks to all who are watching or listening. If you want to learn more, as I said before, the links are all provided in the show notes. And don't forget to subscribe to North American Ag Spotlight on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Listen Notes. If you prefer video, you can find us on Rumble, or really wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like this episode, I would love it if you shared it. And have a great day.